From ship to shore, the crowds flock to Carrowdore for the last road race of the season. All vantage points booked early. This course on the Ards Peninsula covers 5.5 miles. The start and finish point beside the paddock moves onto a fast bumpy stretch of road leading up to Cardy. At Cardy Corner, it's a sweeping left-hander with a bumpy approach. Onto the brig, and there's a spectacular dip and jump. Moving past Dunover Corner, it's onto School Corner, a series of S-bends. From there, it's up to New Road Corner, a slow left-hander. Watch out for overshoots. There's a long, fast straight up to Gillies Rise, then onward around Farmhouse Corner on the approach to the village. Coming onto Main Street, a fast approach, a slow bend, a difficult manoeuvre. There's a bumpy stretch on the approach to the left-hander at Ballybowley Crossroads, returning to the start and finish line. Next, it's the feature race of the day, the Carrowdore 100. James Courtney takes his place in the front row. In the 250s, McNally hoping to improve upon his position in the first open race. Dines hoping for an action replay of his earlier victory. On commentary, Alan and Harold.
Revs building off the goal. James Courtney, the man to lead them off the line on the 750. But we're on board with Adrian Archibald on the onboard camera.
And Jason Griffiths there just going down past him. Joy Dunlop sneaking through on the inside in the NS 500 Honda. And into Cardy they come for the first time. Courtney in the lead. Jason Griffiths in second position. Joy Dunlop third. And Adrian Archibald fourth there. Fifth position is Gary Dines as they go through.
Heading for the brig, and you can see the difference in the power and the speed as they come out of the brig for the first time. The 750s really getting the front wheel in the air, and James Courtney at Schoolhouse, a rare way of getting around to there. He holds himself up as they come round the right-hander, but down into the new road for the first time already. James Courtney putting a fair bit of distance between him and Jason Griffiths. Here's Richard Britton, the man with the onboard camera, almost being scythed there by Joey Dunlop as they come round the left-hander. Joey giving nothing away there, Alan.
He certainly was not. Here they come into Farmhouse, and in second position it's Jason Griffiths. Joey in third position. Richard Britton sitting there behind him, suitably chastened, I might add, following that move at the new road by Joey.
But it's Courtney on the Tilston 750 setting the pace into the village street for the first time. Richard Britton again. Joey Dunlop chopping the nose off him there, almost wiping the smile off his face, Alan.
Certainly is. He wasn't chasing at all, Harold. But here's Courtney over the Mans Road jumps. James Courtney, he's charging away. James's dinner must be on early tonight. And here we are on board with Archibald. Gary Dines over the Mans Road jumps there ahead of them, going into the left-hander then up towards Ballybowley.
And it's Courtney into Ballybowley. The back wheel squirming a little under the braking as he comes down into the left-hander. Then it's Jason Griffiths, Joey Dunlop, Richard Britton.
And we're on board with Adrian Archibald as he heads out onto lap 2. Accelerating up through the gears, up to 160 miles per hour, going down into this next right-hander.
Courtney, the pace setter in the left-hander at Cardy. Jason Griffiths now approaching it. Wide out on the right-hand side then, cranking it in. But Courtney already disappearing. Joey Dunlop, Britton and Gary Dines still chasing. But at Schoolhouse, James Courtney has that exceptional way of getting through it.
And Richard Britton here still harrying Joey Dunlop through Schoolhouse, up over the top of the hill. Hard on the brakes now for the new road left-hander. They get through it about 60 miles per hour. Joey there, his knee right down onto the tarmac. Accelerates away.
Still driving hard at the front. It's still James Courtney. Up over the rise of Gillies Rise, pulling away from the rest of the field. Still led by the second place man, Jason Griffiths, Joey Dunlop, Richard Britton and Gary Dines on the 250. Hanging in there amongst the bigger capacity machines. Down into the village they come. James Courtney hard on the brakes, still in control. Has a quick look at our camera point there as he accelerates up over the top of the hill.
And this man's hard on the brakes as well, because Britton's now trying to get up the inside of Joey Dunlop and almost catches Jason Griffiths there as they go through. Up Main Street, will it be the faster machine? Surely it must be Joey Dunlop on that Grand Prix Honda. Over the top of the hill they go. Where's Joey? Are we going to see Joey Dunlop powering past Richard Britton as they come into Mans Road? And there he goes. Dunlop goes ahead as they go up to the Mans Road jumps. And on up into Ballybowley now. And Britton again tries to go through the inside, but Joey says no, Richard.
And Joey, the man that you would think would be taking life a little bit easier these days, certainly giving nothing away, expecting nothing to be given to him on the 500, but the power of that 500 Grand Prix Honda showing there.
And at Cardy, Jason Griffiths then in second position leads Joey Dunlop in third, Richard Britton in fourth as they pile through that corner, accelerate over the top of the hill. At the break, Griffiths still leads from Dunlop, from Britton, from Gary Dines and Adrian Archibald.
Through the schoolhouse, it's still Griffiths in second place, Dunlop, Britton and Dines. But at New Road, it's the leader, James Courtney, on the 750 Honda.
And here's Richard Britton trying to outbreak Joey Dunlop again, but it's still Joey holds him off as they accelerate away. And at Farmhouse, it's Jason Griffiths in second, Dunlop in third, Britton in fourth as they charge down towards Carrowdore Village again.
And the leader, Courtney, completely in command, under no pressure whatsoever. Accelerates up the village street, but look at the battle now for this second, third and fourth places. It's still Griffiths from Britain, who has now eventually got past Joey Dunlop. But will Joey get the power on in the big 500 Honda once again, Alan? And there he goes. So it's Dunlop using all the power of the 500 to sneak ahead of Richard Britton once again, out over the jumps to come. Griffiths, Dunlop, Britton, and Britton really having a go at it there. But into Ballyboley comes the leader, James Courtney. Then we see Griffiths, Dunlop, Britton still hanging in there. Gary Dines in the 250 thinks he can get through on the inside, but he has to hang back. Right on his back wheel is Adrian Archibald.
And we're back on board with Richard Britton as he heads down towards Cardy Corner. Joey Dunlop still ahead of him. James Courtney at Cardy goes through. Accelerates hard there on the Tilson Honda. Jason Griffiths through behind him in second position. Then Joey Dunlop still holding off Richard Britton, who's trying to outbreak him at every possible opportunity. Out across the brig, and James Courtney, a bit of a wiggle there, but we're back on board now with Britton out over the brig. Dunlop ahead of him. Richard Britton's coming up now, trying to close in on Joey Dunlop.
At the New Road, it's still James Courtney leading, but we're back on board with Richard Britton, going for Joey Dunlop yet again. Power on this time, up into Dunover Corner, overshooting this time, going far too fast.
And here we see it on board from Adrian Archibald. Simply no way Richard gets dropped. Joey Dunlop goes through. Adrian Archibald runs a little bit wide there as well as they go down the New Road, and Gary Dines goes through ahead of him.
At Farmhouse, it's Archibald from McCulloch and McNally. The three of them now line abreast as they head towards the village. And what a surprise there for that man Archibald. First Owen McNally goes past on one side, then Dennis McCulloch goes through on the other side, but he's hanging on grimly to the 250s as they head down into the village. The power still on the brakes now as they come into Carrowdore, and the 250s have the advantage there because they're lighter and more manoeuvrable, but up the village street they come.
And at the Man's Road jumps, it's Jason Griffiths in second position, Joey Dunlop in third, Gary Dines in fourth, and a three-way battle for fifth as they come up there over the jumps.
But at Ballyboley, it's the leader, James Courtney, going out now onto his fifth lap, powering away. Then we see Griffiths putting a little bit of daylight between him and Joey Dunlop in third position. Then the 250s chasing after them, led by Gary Dines, Owen McNally, Dennis McCulloch. Then in seventh place, it's Adrian Archibald.
Coming through now in the eighth position, it's Richard Britton following that overshoot at Dunover Corner.
But the leader, James Courtney, now in the fifth lap of 6, rounding Cardy Corner. Out of the brig, then he comes, a big wheelie there. Then we see Jason Griffiths in second place, Joey Dunlop in third, and then the 250 battle, Dines, McNally, McCulloch, and chasing them is Adrian Archibald on the 620. Dines looks over his shoulder to see where the other two 250 men are. At Schoolhouse, it's still Griffiths in second place, Joey Dunlop third, Dines, then Archibald is moving up ahead of the other two 250 men. At the New Road, it's still James Courtney.
And Jason Griffiths coming through in second position, but the battle hotting up for the positions behind. But still at the top of the hill, Gillies Rise there into Farmhouse. Jason Griffiths goes through on the John Webb RC45 Honda. The battle now on for third position. Joey Dunlop is 3, McNally is up to 4th, McCulloch is 5th, and Gary Dines in 6th.
But here is the leader, James Courtney, breaking into the village street. Settles down in, flicks his wrist as he goes up the gearbox. Jason Griffiths now, comfortable second place. He has a quick look to see where Joey Dunlop is, and at the jumps he's right behind him. So it's Dunlop from McNally getting the front wheel really high as he comes over the jumps. Dennis McCulloch and Gary Dines, the running order. But back at the start-finish area, going out onto his last lap, Turning on the power is James Courtney. Then we see Griffiths in second place, hanging on there. Joey Dunlop seems to be closing a little bit on him. Alan there as he go out onto the last lap.
Yes, Joey is closing in Jason Griffiths, but he in turn has been closed in on by Owen McNally with Dennis McCulloch and then Gary Dines. But back here with the leader, James Courtney, through Cardy for the last time. Griffiths coming up into Cardy as well in that second position.
Out of the brig, Griffiths comes. Joey Dunlop on the 500, both wheels in the air. Then a massive wheelie there from McNally.
And that new road corner is James Courtney. He eases it through, accelerates away, pops the wheelie. James is already starting to celebrate. Here he is at Farmhouse, coming over Gillies Rise into the left-hander at Farmhouse, and Courtney now on a charge down towards Carrowdore Village. Jason Griffiths comes through in second position, just passing Andrew Steele there, number 75. And he has a quick check to see where the rest of the pack is, and they'll be chasing him down shortly because there they come into view. Joey Dunlop from Owen McNally.
But the leader, a wiggle there, still the power on from James Courtney. Out to the right hand side, out into the village street for the last time, no doubt. He'll be a happy man. And he shows it with a long wheelie over the top and a little bit of a wiggle there to thrill the crowd at the top of the street. And it's Jason Griffiths in second place.
And Jason Griffiths up over the Man's Road jumps. Joey Dunlop up over in third position. McNally still chasing him in fourth position there as they go towards Ballyboley for the last time.
Where we see James Courtney, the man of the season in the 750 Tilston Honda, going for his 7th double of the year. He rounds Ballyboley corner for the last time. A small wheelie there to celebrate. We see then Jason Griffiths in second place, but looking back then for the battle for third. Will Joey Dunlop be overhauled by Owen McNally? No, McNally still there on his back wheel as they come to the line. McNally takes fourth.
So veteran Joy fending off the challenge there for McNally to take third place. Jason Griffiths was second, but Courtney another convincing win.
Well, again, I just tried to get away early on and try and make the break early on, and that's what I did and got away and enjoyed myself around the corridor here. So I did the other day, and everything went well.
Now, if I remember rightly, this time last year you were a bit down in the dumps. You were even thinking about packing in this racing, but things have changed a lot in the past 12 months.
Yes, it's definitely now. This time last year wasn't feeling so good about the whole thing, and this year's been good. At last we've got a good clean year so far. Still a bit to go yet, and hopefully we'll get through it okay. I'm looking forward to the next year again.
So 2 wins today in the Superbike class, a third in the 600. You must be very happy. Man of the meeting.
Yeah, happy enough, yeah.
I'm sure he's happy as the clearing up begins at Carrowdore. And after an exciting day's racing, it's time for the bikes to be put away. And for others, it's a chance to sign autographs. Next week, it's the final round of the Irish Short Circuit Championship at Akadui. See you then.